Alright, so this is the DC motor circuit. As you can hear, the motor is going full on, then full off for a certain period of time. Let me unplug this. Now the reason I unplugged that wasn't necessarily because of the noise, but is because if I leave it on actually for too long, this transistor in the circuit will actually overheat and burn out. And I also found that the problem that we were having with the circuit earlier was that the breadboards on the other breadboards we were using, as far as I can tell, they are faulty and they actually overheat and burn out the transistor, even when the circuit's only been on for a couple of seconds. Alright, and also transistors are different depending on the last few numbers and letters in their model number. So this one right here inside the circuit is a 6E. This one outside the circuit is an F19. And the difference is that their wiring is backwards from each other. So if I was to take this F19 and put it where that E6 is, I would actually have to put it in the opposite position of that E6. I'd have to actually rotate it around, kind of like how it's sitting right now. Alright, and then so for my code, I start out with a motor pin equaling 9, calling it an integer, and then a void setup for pin mode, motor pin, and then setting it to an output. This serial monitor, or this serial begin, doesn't matter because we're not using the serial monitor at the moment. And then I have a void loop. I have more than one function in this script because they do different things. So right here I'm calling all these different functions, and I commented out the ones I'm not using and left motor on then off. So for motor on then off, all it's doing is taking the motor and then digital write motor pin high, which just means full on, and then delaying it for a time of 3000 milliseconds, so 3 seconds. And then a digital write motor pin low, which means full off, and then it's delaying it for another 3000 milliseconds or 3 seconds. I'm also going to send you this code, this entire script with all my comments and how things are working, so you can look at it and get a better understanding of how it works.